Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so this is Twinterview number 5. And we're going to be talking about all sorts of crazy things that have come out of your minds and mine, so stay tuned. Okay, what have we got? What is my biggest fear? I don't have any major big fears, like fear of death or something like that. But I do have like little ones, like I hate snakes, scared to death of snakes, and I'm not very good with heights. Nah. Who is your biggest inspiration? My biggest inspiration is my parents, both of them. Absolutely amazing people, and if I can be anywhere near as amazing as them by the time I actually grow up and become an adult, then I'll be well happy. How tall am I? I'm tiny. I'm 5'4", maybe 5'5". So I'm really short. I'm dainty as well. So I mean, there's nothing. I'm like a little boy. There's nothing of me. That's why I got this huge hair. Just to add an extra inch or two. But no, I think I'm no taller than 5'5". But I think I'm 5 foot. So you're probably taller than me. What do I think about the US pulling out of the Paris Agreement, or what's your take on global warming? I think it's inevitable that Trump is going to pull out the Paris Agreement. There's no shock there, really, is there? The guy's a maniac. Um, so obviously, I don't think very highly of that. I mean, the US is now one of hardly any countries in the world. I think one of the other ones is Syria, I think, that isn't a signature on the Paris Agreement. So make of that what you will. But the guy's a nutcase. We didn't expect anything less from the guy. In terms of what I think of global warming, it's the biggest issue that we need to attend to as a global community, like yesterday, really. I mean, we all, regardless of our national or political or racial or whatever divisions, we all share one planet only. We all have to share this one planet. And this is a problem that all of us have to be involved with together in solving, as individuals, as nations, and as an entire global community. There's no getting around it. Global warming is a real problem. I know there are, doubters and people that watch a YouTube video and think that they're a climate expert or whatever, but the scientific community is fairly big unanimous consensus on this, that this is an immediate, we're past it being an immediate problem. This was an immediate problem many, many years ago. So, I mean, there's nothing that you or I can change by and of ourselves. We can change our own individual behavior, and if everyone in the planet did that, amazing. But I mean, we all do have to hold our governments and our corporations that we give our money to accountable for their behavior, because we can all make individual differences, and we should, but ultimately the major players here are the huge corporations and the governments that make the regulations that control those corporations. So we've got to think about the planet that we're leaving behind for our children and our grandchildren, if there will even be one. This is a serious, serious problem. And if anyone disagrees with it, you're wrong. Don't argue with me. I'm not a scientist. You can't just like read one popular science book or watch a few YouTube videos one night, sat on your ass thinking that you're now some kind of climate scientist. That's no substitute for decades and decades and decades of consistent hard work and education, and learning the ins and outs, and studying and passing your exams and going out in the field and becoming an expert in your field. Those guys, the experts, they are unanimous, bar one or two guys. You're always going to get that. Bar one or two guys, that disagree. But I mean, I think as lay people, which is what we are, I think we have to go with what the consensus is on this. And yeah, I mean, it's not looking good. I don't want to be a pessimist. It's not looking good. Why are you making me sweat? I didn't know I was. I'm terribly sorry. How utterly rude of me. Please do forgive me. One pill that would allow you to do one of the following: be invisible, teleport, read minds, or time travel. Time travel, definitely. That would be so amazing. Imagine being able to go back in time and just like actually see what had happened. That'd be awesome. As long as you can come back again. Awesome. Have you ever been to Poland? Nope. Invite me. Favorite Stereophonics song? I don't listen to the Stereophonics, which is might be surprising because, you know, we're both from Wales. I love Kelly Jones's voice. I love the songwriting. I love the songs. I love the band. I think they're awesome. But they're not a band that I listen to much. First three albums are classics. I'd probably say my favorite song, if I had to pick one, would probably be Las Vegas 2 Times. I think that's what it's called. What is your favorite song on the album? That's a good one. I would probably say Home, the last track, because I think that song kind of encapsulates the whole journey of the rest of the album and the journey that went into making the album. So in the verses, it talks about the sort of low points that I was feeling, and then the choruses are much more sort of like overcoming that and rising above that and coming through the other end. So I mean, every word in that song is accurate and true to actual real life events and how I feel and how I was feeling. So I mean, the whole album is an incredibly personal album to me. And if you haven't listened to the commentary video that I put on YouTube a couple of days ago, where I go through every track on the album and explain the backstory and the lyrics and things like that, check that out. You might find that interesting. So I think Home, the last track, would probably be the one that I mean, I love them all. They're all my babies. But I mean, if I had to pick one, I would say that would be the one that I would go for. If you could learn one new skill in a magical matrix-like download, what would it be? Old man freak boy, how you doing, dude? I don't know. Does it have to be like a real skill, or can it be like make believe? If it was make believe, it would probably be like cure cancer or cure world hunger or something like that. But if it has to be like real, then I don't know. Flying, karate, being able to speak bloody French because it's so hard and I am trying, but you guys don't make it easy. So let's go for that. How will you feel when your girl group Misfits, hey guys, gets their first #1? That would be amazing. Get on it. Go do it. Serious question. What do you do to chill out? I don't chill out much, really. I mean, but I kind of get to do what I like a lot for work as well, so it's kind of all much the same, really. But I mean, I love to, just chill, I guess, really. I mean, like, I just relax, drink some wine, drink some beers, watch some movies, read, exercise, go out running, go out of town, go out for food. I'm not like... I don't have many demands from life, really, or a high sort of like, I'm not very materialistic or anything like that. Like, I love just going out and looking around charity shops and buying some books. I'm easily pleased. What's your greatest achievement so far? I don't really think about things like that, really. I tend to just move on to the next thing and just keep it moving. And as soon as I finish one thing, I'm already excited about the next. So I don't tend to look back on what I've done much. I think probably I would say the Kaishira album, Made in China, which is not our most popular album at all. It's probably the least. But it's the one that I feel as an artist most proud of, because it was so artistically kind of out there and alternative and broke every rule in the rule book. There was no commercial concern whatsoever on that record, and it's a very technical, complex album musically, and lyrically very intense and deep and brave. So as a pure artistic statement, I think Made in China is, you know, for me, it stands up there as the thing that I'm probably, as artistically speaking, most proud of. But I love all my sort of output for different reasons. I mean, I put my heart and soul into everything that I do, so they're all my babies, for different reasons and in different ways, you know. But if I had to pick one to hold up, I'd say Made in China, the Kaishira record. So if you haven't heard that yet, go and check it out, but it's not for the faint-hearted. Thanks so much for all your questions, guys. Sorry it's taken so long to do this one. It's been a while. Thanks so much for all your continued support, and I hope to see you all again really, really soon. Keep those questions coming, and leave your comments below as well, and let me know what your thoughts are and what your answers to the questions would be. And I'll see you again really soon. Love you loads. Bye-bye.